Griffy Reservoir, commonly known as Griffy Lake, is a water reservoir in the city of Bloomington, Indiana. Created by a dam on Griffy Creek in the 1920s, the reservoir used to serve as the main source of drinking water for Bloomington for several decades, until that role was taken over by the larger Lake Lemon and Lake Monroe in the 1950s. A large part of the lake's forested watershed is designated as the Griffy Lake Nature Preserve. Another part of the watershed is included into Indiana University's Research and Teaching Preserve as its Griffy Woods section. Griffy Woods includes a smaller reservoir known as University Lake, which in a sense was a predecessor of Griffy Lake, and it's part of the latter's watershed. In the early 20th century, to satisfy the needs of a growing city in Indiana University, the city of Bloomington constructed a number of dams on various tributaries of Clear Creek southwest of town, creating a number of reservoirs, including the Leonard Springs Reservoir, Wapahani, and Twin Lakes. However, due to the Mitchell limestone subsoils in the area, those reservoirs continuously leaked water, making it impossible to readily supply the city, and in particular the university, with water they needed. Unable to receive the necessary amount of water from the city's leaky reservoirs, Indiana University's Board of Trustees in 1909 decided to undertake its own reservoir construction. University President William Lowe Bryan formed a committee led by geology professor E.R. Cummings, which in March 8, 1910 recommended a site for a new reservoir, which is now known as University Lake. The E.R. Cummings recommendation, the dam for the new reservoir was constructed over impervious knobstone formations, blocking a ravine of a small tributary on Griffy Creek, northwest of the IU campus. Griffy Creek is a tributary of Bean Blossom Creek, which in turn flows into the West Fork of Indiana's White River. The 40-foot tall concrete arch dam of University Lake was constructed in the early stages between 1910 and 1914. In 1923, a few years after the university had supplied itself with water from the Griffy Creek Basin, Bloomington Water Company was created to construct a larger dam on Griffy Creek itself, downstream from the small University Lake. The Griffy Dam was constructed in 1924, forming the Griffy Reservoir, or Griffy Lake. The 40-foot tall concrete arch dam was completed in 1924, thus creating the present-day Griffy Reservoir. In 1934, Griffy's Lake Water Treatment Plant and much of the adjacent territory passed into the city's ownership, and the dam was expanded, now standing 40 foot tall, or 644 foot above the main sea level. The dam is 900 foot long. Griffy's Lake occupies 109 acres and holds 1,280 acre feet of water. As of 1984, the water treatment plant processed 7.5 million gallons of water per day. Although since the 1950s, the city receives drinking water for the larger two reservoirs, Lake Lemon and the latter Lake Monroe, elsewhere in Monroe County, Griffy Lake is still considered as a potential emergency water supply for the city. The water pumping station near the dam of Griffy Lake, decommissioned in 1995, still exists, and the authorities ensure that all the activities permitted within Griffy Lake Nature Preserve are consistent with the potential use for the lake as a drinking water source. In the summer of 2012, the lake was almost completely drained in preparation for repairs of the dam. The repairs were finished in November 27th of 2013, and the lake started refilling. A plan to restock the refilled lake with fish was announced in early 2014. To protect Griffy Lake's water resources, over 45 separate parcels of property have been acquired over the years, creating the present-day 1,180-acre Griffy Lake Nature Preserve surrounding the lake. An adjacent area to Griffy Lake Nature Preserve is the 185-acre Griffy Woods section of Indiana University's Research and Teaching Preserve. Created in 2001, Griffy Woods occupies parts of Griffy Lake watershed to the southwest of the lake and includes University Lake. Unlike Griffy Lake Nature Preserve, which is open to the public in its entirety, a large section of the Griffy Woods is presently closed to general public and is accessed only by staff and students conducting environmental research in the area. For recreational use of the Griffy Lake Nature Preserve is one of the most popular natural areas within easy access of Bloomington and IU campus. There are hiking trails, boating facilities, and fishing. Thank you for watching. Please click like if you liked the video, or click subscribe to be notified of any future videos. You can also follow me on Twitter at Lotus Petal, or Instagram or Facebook at Lotus Petal Adventures, and also on patreon.com/Lotus Petal Adventures.